Hey guys, so I thought I would do a day after my 9 to 5. This will be like my 5 to 9. So I just got off of work probably about 30 minutes ago, and it's such a beautiful day outside. So on pretty days like this, I make sure I take Bubbles for a walk to get my steps in. This is a really busy road, and there was a car passing me kind of slow, and I get nervous when I'm recording. But so we take Bubbles for a walk. I definitely want to stay in my clothes. As long as I don't get home from work and get right into my pajamas, I will head to the gym. The sun is sunning right now. So I definitely want to go to the gym tonight. I'm going to take an everything shower. I just got an Amazon order for some new body wash. It's the EOS Cashmere and Vanilla. I usually get that in body lotion. I didn't know they had it. Such a busy road. I didn't know the EOS Cashmere Vanilla body lotion, they also have it in the body wash. So that was on the porch when I got home from work today. So we'll definitely be taking advantage of that and doing an everything shower. I don't know if that's going to consist of washing my hair, because my hair is really doing great. I straightened it last night. So yeah, we're gonna go to the gym. I want to take this time to update you guys on the 2 books that I just finished. So for this year, I have read a total of 16 books, and I just hope you enjoy my after 9 to 5.
When I look back over my life, I say I'm so glad I found Christ. I'm still young, but all the things I've seen and done, Lord, you saved me from where I come from. Lord, you are always on time. I know I got you, so it's alright. Yeah, you are right by my side. I can call you if it's day or night. So if God is for me, tell me who can be against me. Steady sipping on my enemies, baptized in Christ. That's how I know everything's gonna be alright. That's how I know everything's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. It's gonna be alright. Right on time when I call you, but I thought it.
So y'all, I got my first wet jar, and I'm starting a starter for sourdough. Her name is Ophelia. I'm trying, y'all. So we're about to discard, and then we're gonna feed her before I head out to the gym. And then look at this. My first Dutch oven. She's heavy. You know, I had to get her in green. It's my favorite color. All right, so let me make my concoction of a drink for the gym. And also, here's your food, Mama. Eat. Your food's ready. Take a little bit of Celtic salt. So good for you. I just let it sit on my tongue for a little bit, and then I swallow. Uh-oh. Sorry, Ophelia. Just gonna do a little of the creatine monohydrate and my element. It's my favorite. It's the raspberry. It's so good. be honest with you guys. I don't normally do the measurements. I just feel like you can pretty much eyeball it. So that's how I feed my sourdough starter. On. You can do it the way you want to do it, but this is just how I do it. And this is just bread flour. She's pretty wet anyway, so I'm not going to add any water. I'm just going to add flour. And you want it to, I prefer it to be like doughy. I don't want it to be too wet when I feed her. So if she's wet, I just add a little bit more flour. Sorry, you guys, my dogs are on one. I think that's pretty good.
Hard night. What would I fear if I'm beside you? If you tell me not to worry, that's what I'll do. It goes both ways. Call me and I'm there, dedicating my life to you, casting all my cares on you. I'm keeping the most high on my mind, eyes on the prize, eternal life. Lord, you are always on time. I know I got you, so it's all.
So guys, I have made the executive decision because I'm starting to get more weights and things at the house. I also have a walking pad at the house and a few of like the booty bands and a mat to work out on. I think I'm gonna cancel my Planet Fitness subscription and just save that $25 a month. I mean, that's more than $250 a year. And it's coming into the hotter months, so if I want to tan, I can tan on a towel in the backyard. And if I want to work out, I can work out at home. If I want steps, I can walk around the block on a beautiful sunny day, or at the beach, or on my walking pad if it's too hot. I don't know, it just seems like the responsible thing to do right now. So yeah, I'm gonna go inside and cancel the membership, and after I do so, I might go into Books A Million just because it makes me feel good. I like to walk around, I like to look at all the books. I'm not gonna purchase a book today. But yeah, I just want to peek inside.
I can call you if it's day or night. So if God is for me, tell me who can be against me. Steady stepping on my enemies, baptized in Christ. That's how I know everything's gonna be alright. That's how I know everything's gonna be alright.
Just leaving Books A Million empty-handed. I was good. Don't forget about me. Don't you forget about me. So this is me just putting my plant back, getting myself and my recliner nice and cozy. I just like to get my area set up for after my everything shower. So this is me just getting my blanket together. I'm going to go ahead and grab my Left Behind book that I'm currently reading and just set that on the recliner so it's ready for me after my shower. Picking out some pajamas, which are my favorite. I probably own more pajamas than I actually do real clothes. And I'm not even mad at that. I'm just bringing it all out, okay? Because we have things to talk about, okay? Okay, so, as you can tell, hi Bubbles. Copy kissy? Oh, thank you. As you can tell, we have lots of books. These are all the books that stay on the right side of my bed closest to the wall because I sleep on the left side and Bubbles sleeps on the right side. She sleeps normally under the covers, kind of like between my knees and my feet. Sometimes she'll get up on the pillow and she'll be the big spoon and I'm the little spoon.
crazy. You're crazy girl. You're crazy girl. You're crazy girl. I get that bookie bookie. I get that bookie bookie bookie. I get that bookie 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 bookie.
Okay, so I want to kind of talk about, obviously I'm still reading by Tim LaHaye and Jerry B. Jenkins, Left Behind. I am currently on page 64. I know this is going to be a slow burn because I really am taking this book in. This is about the occurrence of the rapture, like from the beginning, like chapter 1, the rapture begins, or the rapture happens, and it's the aftermath of people who were left behind. It is very interesting. It is also very sad to just see how these people are rationalizing people who may not believe in God, or people who were told about God and Jesus by their friends and family, and they're just like in disbelief. So they're rationalizing the fact that millions of people have gone missing and all of the innocents, like the children, they're gone, all of them, every single one of them, and they're trying to rationalize that not being the rapture. So that is very saddening. But yeah, so I am currently reading this book. Again, I'm on page 64. I love reading books that build me up as a person. So I am currently reading this book again. I read this book probably 8 to 10 years ago, and it is just a book that will forever now stay on my shelf, that I have a copy of it. And this is Rich Dad Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. I am currently on page 12, and he's just talking about how he had 2 fathers in his life from the very beginning, one who was rich and one who was poor, as far as like how they handled money and their thought process behind money. So this is, if you've never read this book, you should definitely read Rich Dad Poor Dad. I'm also by Malcolm Gladwell. I'm reading The Tipping Point, and this is just about how little things become a big difference in your life. And I'm currently on page 17. It's slowly getting into what the book is about, and how small things can build up to a big thing, and it's like the tipping point. It's what changes something because of all these small decisions. It really makes you see the world in a different aspect. I don't know. I'm enjoying it. Again, these books I kind of just pick up and I'll read like a chapter or like 5 or 6 to 10 pages, and then I'll pick up the next one, and these are all done within like a 30-minute to an hour increment before I go to bed. Oh, the next one I'm reading is Proof of Heaven, A Neurosurgeon's Journey into the Afterlife by Eben Alexander. He was a medical doctor. I'm on page 12. And basically right now it is talking about a neurosurgeon and how he believed solely pretty much on science, and it's building up. It's just kind of talking about his upbringing. So we haven't really gotten into the nitty-gritty of, I'm assuming he went to heaven. Yeah, for 7 days he lay in a coma. Then as his doctors considered stopping treatment, Alexander's eyes popped open. He had come back. Alexander's recovery is a medical miracle, but the real miracle of his story lies elsewhere. While his body lay in coma, Alexander journeyed beyond this world and encountered an angelic being who guided him into the deepest realms of superphysical existence. There he met and spoke with I don't know why they're calling it the divine source of the universe itself, but they capitalize the divine, but God. Okay. It says Alexander's story is not a fantasy. Before he underwent his journey, he could not reconcile his knowledge of neuroscience with any belief in heaven, God, or the soul. Today, Alexander is a doctor who believes that true health can be achieved only when we realize that God and the soul are real, and that death is not the end of personal existence, but only a transition. And that is true. When we die, it is not the end. We will spend eternity in the decision that we make, and that is heaven or hell. And then I'm also reading The Great Preaching on Prayer, compiled by Curtis Hudson. And I have already started tabbing, making little tabs. So I'm going to read you a couple of tabs that I have. And it's just talking about prayer. Men ought to pray always. Pray over your home. Pray for ourselves. But I'll just read you a couple tabs that I have in the book. I also highlighted a few things. Let's see. The first thing the people did was to humble themselves before God. They clothed themselves in sackcloth and ashes, which signified not only humility, but the confession of their absolute helplessness before God and their absolute dependence upon Him. Then they separated themselves from all strangers. How we need to learn a lesson. Separation. Then for a fourth part of the day, they stood up and read out of the book of God. And for a fourth part of the day, they confessed their sins. They confessed their sins. It is so important to confess and repent. Let's see. I also tabbed a few things. I was reared around an old-fashioned family altar. We lived on a poor country farm. Mother and Dad and all the children worked in the field together, but we never worked too hard nor too late and were never too tired. But when the chores were done and the evening meal was through and we were ready for bed, for Daddy to get the family Bible down, he lay it on Mother's lap and us read the Word of God together. Then we would get on our knees and pray. Wow. Beginning at the oldest and on down, we knelt around Mother's lap. She put her hands on our heads, called our names to God, and talked to Him about every one of us. She told Him the desires of her heart as we sat by the fireside. That's so good. That's so good. But yeah, so these are the books that I am currently reading before bed. And I'm actively reading a book on my Kindle I'm almost done with. You guys, I did not walk out of the bookstore today with a book by Alice Feeney. I really did want to get it, and it was Rock, Paper, Scissors, because I am currently reading Alice Feeney. I'm reading His and Hers, and I'll talk about a book that I just finished. It reminds me a lot of the author Alice Feeney and how she writes her books, but it was not about or by her. I need to look that up. I might talk about that book in my next video, because I definitely want to rate that pretty high. It was probably a 4.5. And I also just finished Say You'll Remember Me by Abby Jimenez, 5 stars. And we'll talk about that in my next vlog too. But yeah, this one is His and Hers by Alice Feeney. I am currently on page 136. And you guys, it's crazy. Let's see how many pages are in this book. There's 307 pages. and I'm on page 136. And all I can say is, like, it's like you think you know who it is. And it's so funny that I know I'm going like kind of crazy with it, but I'm not in the beginning of it, but I'm kind of like in the beginning of it. And it's so confusing. I'm pretty sure there's a movie on Netflix about this. I don't know if it's a movie or a series, but it's funny that the chapters are his and hers, because it's about a man and a woman. They used to be married. They're no longer married. They knew each other since high school, but the man is a detective. The woman, what does the woman do? I don't remember what the woman does, but the man's a detective, and he is called to a scene of a woman, and they live in a small town, so this never happens. A murder happens, and he's like, whoa, this is crazy. This never happens. He's called to the scene of a murder of a woman that he went to school with, which also obviously his ex-wife went to school with, and they're figuring out the murder. And I'm going to leave it there because I don't want to get any spoilers, but now I'm understanding why all the chapters are his, and then it'll be hers, and then it's his, and then it's hers. So I'm understanding that. It is a very interesting book. I don't think I'm going to rate this a 4-star yet, or I don't even know if I'm going to. Right now, I'm giving it a solid 3.25 stars because it's keeping me to where I want to not DNF it. I still want to read it, but I do realize that I'm getting kind of bored, so I don't read as long as at night before bed than I normally do, because I'm just like, can we get it, like, can we speed it up a little bit? Can it get a little bit more intense, I guess? But yeah, so you guys, I hope you enjoyed my 5 to 9 after my 9 to 5 vlog. This is pretty much it. I'm gonna spend the rest of the night pretty much, I know it's kind of late. I don't really eat dinner because of the new medicine that I'm on, but I'll probably just finish the water that I made with my creatine and my element packet. And I think my roommate saved me a couple chicken wings from their dinner, and that's all I need is a chicken wing. But if you like this content, make sure you subscribe. It means the world to me. Also, please engage with the video. Please like, please comment, please share. It means the world to me. And I'll see you on the next one. God bless you.